This is Awesome Games Done Quick, stream powered by Twitch, raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. A few more donations have come in. $50 from Hammer Priest. I just want to say shout-outs to all the amazing runners playing through some of my favorite and not-so-favorite games. My mother recently won a battle with cancer right after Christmas. I'm donating what little I have to make sure that no one has to fight that fight. Stay awesome and save the animals. Or kill the animals. Sorry on that. $20 from Click Nick. Hey AGDQ, kill the animals. But can we save the squirrels? $15 towards killing the animals and $5 for the squirrels. Keep on running. As we're setting up, I'll give a few shout-outs to some of the companies helping us, like World9 Gaming, providing televisions, consoles, PCs, staffing, and other equipment for our practice rooms and PC LAN room at Awesome Games Done Quick 2016. Also shout-outs to the Yeti, official clothing sponsor of AGDQ 2016. Check out the store at theyeti, YETEE.com/AGDQ. There's a lot of awesome shirts just for this event.
gotta keep switching back and forth, or else they'll go to the...
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. Okay, sure. Yeah, background audio is on this a little quiet. I'm switching back and forth right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, time starts as soon as I hit game start. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
All right, thanks everyone. So this is Strider 2, and because you all graciously donated earlier today, this is going to be all stages, which is really cool because 2 and 3, the stages that you normally skip at 80%, are some of my favorite. So most people probably know Strider from Marvel, but now you get to see a little bit of his own action platformer. And it's pretty much a boss rush game almost, with the amount of mini bosses you have going on in each stage. Like any good action platformer, you've got a variety of movement options, and pretty fluid movement too. Just based on everything you got, crouch, slide, double jump, wall jump, and any sort of options with that to use your sword. But the main attack you're going to be using for most of this game is Savage Slash, which is basically where you just blaze your sword around in a circle and become a circular saw almost. And has huge range, does a ton of damage. It's just really good overall. So whenever I'm not on a wall or I need to be on the ground for some reason, you're going to see me using that. Each stage has 6 sections, and occasionally there's a small section like this where it's just minor platforming. Precision wall jumps and double jumps.
Now, you may not have noticed it if you've never played this game before, but Chuckles is increasing the speed of every cutscene by holding down a button, which makes the game extremely fast.
It actually took me way longer than you would think to realize I could do that. Like, shout outs to Substyle, because he actually had to tell me that I could do that. It's the little things sometimes. So I'm going to have to be quiet here for a little bit because this upcoming boss could potentially do a charge attack that I need to listen to an audio cue for. Nice. Okay. So the setup I usually do is I immediately slide to the left as soon as I enter the stage, and dang, he went away. Usually that allows him to go immediately to the left corner and you can just stun lock him. Unfortunately, that doesn't always work. The main problem with this game is a lot of bosses just like to do whatever they want. And I have a decent amount of manipulation, but nothing ever goes perfect.
Nice.
And that one hit right there is the reason why the score in this game is so worthless, because that's the difference between a B and an SS.
Normally, though, while you're in a stage, you want to avoid getting hit as much as possible, because the power blade that you pick up gets removed as soon as you take any form of damage.
Right. It's a actually interesting mix between trying to decide whether or not you want to get hit or not and keep the power bait, because actually whenever you die, you can just immediately get a continue, and that gives you a boost, which is the little B green circle in the top left below my health bar. And boosts are really useful for a lot of bosses because they basically give you a long range sweeping sword motion. You can take care of a lot of enemies that would normally be really frustrating. So this is one of the few bosses where you can actually just constantly slide on the ground and bait back and forth. So actually now this next section is just a simple chase, so now would be a good time for a couple donations, if we have any.
Alright, sounds good. $35 from Dan8, donating for the amazing cause. Keep it up, all runners putting time in for it. $10 from Anonymous. Love the work, it's an amazing cause. I wish you all the best. $50 from Allison. Greetings from Spain. A few months ago, I first heard of this event and instantly fell in love with your cause. Keep up the awesome work.
So I actually waited a bit there for him to go back to the left side, because if you don't, he just sort of stumbles and wastes like 5 seconds trying to go to the door, and you have to wait for that.
So
Also
he
killed myself on purpose there.
Yeah. He intentionally killed himself because this area, especially in the beginning with the flames, it's really hard to get through it without taking a lot of damage. And it's just a lot easier just to kill yourself because you can spawn right there.
So this is another neat little boss, ghost Skeletor of sorts. He likes to disappear, and you probably can't tell on stream, but just based on the contrast of the TV, but he leaves a very faint shadow that tells me where he's going to appear next. Also just sort of like to wiggle out in the corner. Waste time. So coming up in this next section, there's actually a little skip I could do, just by getting ahead of the scrolling of the stage.
Nice.
There's normally a fight down in that pit if you don't go fast enough. This is one of the few bosses that actually knows how to block, so good on him. And one of the major problems with this game being a PS1 game is they were trying to keep it 2D, but they still have a lot of the enemies and bosses as 3D models. And what ends up happening, especially when you use your boost, is there's just too many sprites on screen for it to handle and creates a ton of lag. And that actually happens a couple times in the run. There's not really much I can do about it besides getting rid of as many things as I can. There we go. Most of the cutscenes are just about how stupid Strider is for trying to do what he's doing. So now stage 3 is actually kind of interesting because by pure coincidence, if you were watching, we just had the Prinny run, and in this stage, for whatever reason, Grandmaster has enslaved some penguins and has roboticize them into suicide bombers. So we're going to try to save as many of them as we can. Because they're pretty much the only thing worth saving in this game. They're the only thing that doesn't try to kill you. And they actually follow you. It's a neat little touch. For this section, normally you're just climbing the entire wall up into the next boss fight, which actually happens to be this helicopter. But you can save yourself the trip and just sort of hang on, and he'll give you a free ride. You can actually take away half of his health bar before the boss fight even starts. I'm sure you could actually take away even more, but it just locks you after halfway through. And down it goes, but somehow there's another helicopter that immediately comes after it, shooting at us. I usually just end up using a boost here because there's a ton of enemies and it just saves time having to jump around up to the upper platforms to kill them all. And now we gotta face roboticized Snuffleupagus, I suppose. He's actually one of the more annoying enemies in the game just because he has a really high defense and a ton of things going on at once. There's a ton of spirit orbs shooting at you. There's enemy hockey guards that eventually will come out and try to hit you, and then also his feet and tusks can hurt you as well.
He also randomly gains invincibility frames.
Yeah, if you do enough damage, he has a few weak spots, his feet, the upper pads on his back and his tusk that you can hurt, but after a while he'll just go invincible. So now we get a little bit of a change of pace for the gravity changes. And this actually happens a couple times in the game. Hardest boss in the game. So right there, I actually just skipped another boss. For whatever reason, they just let you jump right through that platform. Normally you have to go to the right and take out another boss to remove that fan, but it's a really easy jump to make just normally and not having to worry about it. And now we've got Krakow, and you have to hit all 6 weak points on its side, and I don't know if they're supposed to be eyes, just because you're looking at them from the side, or plugs, or what. But he's got a lot going on too. He's got 2 arms on each side that can hit us, and laser beams shooting out from all directions.
As you can tell, this fight is extremely laggy. Not only because you're using boost, but also because of all the effects he's shooting out.
This is another point where Savage Slash really comes in handy because you can actually hit multiple weak points at once. Oh, that's really bad. Sometimes he can shoot off one of the lasers even after you've killed him. But it's not too bad of a time loss. So now we're on stage 4, and we're slowly working towards the final section of the game. There's only 5 stages, but first we got to get up through the sky to the final battle station. These first 2 sections of stage 4 actually can be really annoying because you constantly have wind pushing you back, and occasionally for whatever reason, I think it's because of the lag, you can just lose all your momentum if you're not careful. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. There's not really anything you can do. The game just says, no, you cannot jump anymore. You fall.
But in a bit change of pace, this also has my favorite boss who actually just waves at you. It's like, hey, you can't get over here, but I acknowledge you. Unlike everything else that just wants to immediately sets its sight on you once you're dead. There we go. This section is almost as bad because you're moving uphill as well as getting pushed back against the air. And I always have a hard time with this boss because it's really awkward to do savage slashes at the angle like this. Okay. Alright, and just one boss after another. Yes, got it. Okay. You can actually one-cycle that guy by doing just that, getting a boost and a power blade at once and spamming the hell out of him until he's ready to move from that corner. Oh, I missed the boost. This is actually another really laggy area if you decide to use a boost just because you're putting out so many projectiles. But luckily that was a really good time to get a death. Because I'm actually going to need a boost later on for the last boss in this area. Of course, there wouldn't be an airship without a stereotypical anime core cell girl powering it. These platforms can actually be a lot slippier than you think they would. So they have their own momentum.
Not only that, but their movements are also random, so they can change direction at
Yeah, they really
anytime.
like to go the opposite way that I want. But we're good. So we got a final escape out into space from the edge of the ship. What you want him to do, okay good, hopefully he stays in this corner, because you can just continuously move back and forth doing savage slashes and bait him into staying there, and makes it really easy.
Good fun.
That was a pretty good fight. Alright, so now we're in the home stretch, and stage 5 is basically just a boss rush of all the major bosses from the rest of the levels. this first guy can actually be really annoying. Just staying up in the air, avoiding me, so I like to use a boost on him to not waste any time. As long as you're slashing at these moving spikes that go up and down, you shouldn't get hit when you're moving across them. So it makes the stage a lot easier. This is another section where the gravity changes, and it can definitely confuse people. I'm just going to sort of slowly walk by these guys. If I had low enough health, I could actually take a death warp right there at the bottom of that little wall section, because it will take you straight to the top, but it wasn't quite worth it. So I haven't even talked about the story of this game yet, which there's a huge deep lore filled with wikis beyond my imagination, but apparently there is another Strider, which completes the 2 of this Strider 2 title. Hean's actually the one that resurrected the Grand Master for whatever reason, probably because he's jealous of our swag ninja style and super cool looking duds. That's what I like to imagine. Nice, that was actually a really good fight. He also knows how to block, so you just sort of have to wait half a second before you attack to drop his guard. So now we've got Grandmaster.
For the most part, you can keep him stun locked as long as you're hitting him.
That's usually what you want to do. He's going to try to summon a bunch of enemies as well as just throw down various orbs at us. But he likes to teleport away before I finish him off. There we go. So you would think that would be the last boss, but it's actually not. And for the longest time, I thought this was just the Phase 2 Beast Awakening mode of Grandmaster, but no, it's actually just something he created.
So this thing is a terrible enemy. It creates a ton of lag of all the attacks he does. And not only that, but you're using a boost to do a lot of damage, which creates even more lag.
Oh, yeah.
And then he likes to do this attack, where he turns invincible and shoots a bunch of lasers down.
Wastes at least 10 seconds each time he does it, and there's pretty much nothing I can do about it. So what I actually did there is, if you can actually hang up on the top of his shoulders, and if you die, you'll just spawn immediately there, and that's a nice, easy way to get a quick kill with a boost. But of course, loves to be a troll and waste everyone's day. There's really nothing you can do about it. I've tried various manipulations of moving up his arms, but nothing seems to work. And that's time, actually. Sub 3 is pretty good for stage 5, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to let the last art credits play. It's only a couple slides. They're actually really high res for PS1 games. I highly suggest you take a look at some of these online if you get a chance. They're really nice work.
I would recommend playing the game yourself because it's actually very fun.
It's really fun casually and really easy to pick up speedrun wise.
Yeah, both of us have only played it for like a couple months, and
I would say, 6 months to a year.
I mean, he's much better than I am, but still.
So we slay Grandmaster for good, and somehow the rest of the ship blows up, and we're done. And that's Strider 2. I actually just want to take a look really quick here. The in-game time, we normally just go by RTA, but in-game time is always a good representation of how well your run went. All right, 13:54. That's good.
All right.
I wanted a sub 14 in game time, so that's pretty good. And yeah, that's Strider 2. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more Strider fun, later in the week there's actually going to be Strider 1, which is a whole other ball game of a Strider. It's quite something else, so be sure to stick around for that.
Yep.
That's it for me.
All right, Chuckles, thank you very much for that run. You got a couple shout outs when you were doing run there. $20 from Detective X. Chuckles, just wanted to let you know that your MashCast boys are so proud of you. First Crazy Taxi last year, now Strider 2. You put in the time to be there for such an awesome event. Least I can do is donate while you play. Coming up next in our schedule is Gunstar Superheroes by Sonic Star, playing on hard mode. Couple more donations have come in. We have $100 from Chris57. Hello GDQ, this is now my 4th GDQ in a row where I watch and donate. It's as always an awesome event with awesome people playing awesome games fast. It's a lot of awesome. Unfortunately, I wasn't here for my favorite franchise, Fire Emblem, and the prize available for that, but nevertheless, here, take my money and keep up the awesome work in this fantastic event. Greetings from Italy. $150 from Potato25. As someone who has lost several close friends and family to cancer, and I'm happy to donate to the fight so that one day we can all be rid of this disease. Thank you to AGDQ, the runners, and the support staff for all your hard work. Definitely a great event to start the year. Here's for Blindfolded Punch-Out. $75 from Axum. First GDQ I have seen live, and it's shaping up to be the best one yet. Hope everyone keeps up the overwhelming support and donation records are shattered. Kill the animals. After this run, we have a PC block coming up, with one of the games there being a bid war between Devil May Cry 3 or Devil May Cry 4. Right now, 4 is winning. If you want to see 3 being played, get your donations in. And remember that all of your donations, 100% goes directly to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. If you're just tuning in right now, early in the morning, or mid-morning if you're over in Europe, this is Awesome Games Done Quick 2016. This live stream is powered by Twitch, the world-leading social video platform and community for gamers. Other than donating, you can also help support the Prevent Cancer Foundation by subscribing to the Games Done Quick channel on Twitch. All those subscription dollars will go to Prevent Cancer Foundation. There's also a side stream going on by Pinball Joe, who has provided pinball machines for attendees to play for free. You can see them on the Pinball Done Quick side stream at twitch.tv/pinballjoe, and all of his subs will also be going to PCF. We also have our yearly t-shirt sale at theyeti.com, YETEE. Awesome Games Done Quick 2016 clothing sponsor. Check out their website for great designs and support our charity. $10 from Skillet Audio, donating to say thanks for keeping me company as I get into the office before dawn today. You're awesome people for going 24/7 to beat cancer.
There. Audio. We got audio? Yay. Woo. All right. Let's go. We good? Oh, all right. Let's try and get it. All right. Cool. I guess I can. Yeah, just get a good feel for this.